This is CTV News with Nafisa Karim.
There can never be another Laura. I don't ever want to have to talk about this again and say that this is still happening in our communities. It is a tragedy that could have been prevented.
Tonight, the call for more funding to fix the gaps for those fleeing intimate partner violence.
A good chunk of the tug itself, including particularly the wooden parts of the boat, had deteriorated quite a bit.
Window to the past. Deep sea divers give us a glimpse at what lies beneath as they map out a shipwreck in the waters off Victoria's coast. Plus, Adam finds out the story behind a woman walking for blocks, carrying a big stuffed bear. Later on the Sawatsky sign-off. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. More advocates are speaking out tonight, calling for a fix to gaps in the systems meant to protect people from intimate partner violence. It follows the loss of Laura Gover, a Saanich woman whose death is allegedly the result of domestic violence. CTV's Anna McMillan spoke with those who are mourning the loss and are worried women will die while waiting for help.
We keep ending up with this tragedy over and over again.
For professionals dedicated to protecting women from intimate partner violence, the loss of Laura Gover is heavy.
There can never be another Laura. I don't ever want to have to talk about this again and say that this is still happening in our communities.
Last week, the business professor and mother of two was found dead inside her Saanich home. Her ex-husband, Mohammed Basar, is charged with second-degree murder.
It is a tragedy that could have been prevented.
Over the years, staff at the Victoria Women's Transition House Society have seen many relationships turn deadly. They say their organization and others like it aren't adequately funded to prevent future fatalities.
Last year in 2024, we had about 2,029 calls that came in through our crisis line. For 2025, that figure was 2,417 calls.
The Public Safety Ministry helps fund the organization and says it's contributing $1.2 million a year, up from $577,000 in 2018. Bahar Donati says her team is grateful, but the funding hasn't kept up with their caseload, inflation, or population growth.
We have outstanding wait lists for all of our programs right now.
That includes counseling for adults and their kids and emergency housing. This UVic researcher focuses on intimate partner violence and agrees support services are underfunded.
When partners are attempting to leave or thinking about leaving a relationship, we know that's a very high-risk time, and this is where individuals often need additional supports and a plan in place to stay safe.
Erica Wooden says there are between 10 to 20 homicides linked to intimate partner violence every year in BC.
There's a real misconception that intimate partner violence is rare in our community, and unfortunately it's not.
Both Wooden and Donati hope that changes as voices against violence get louder.
It's important to help everyone in our community who is experiencing this because the cost of inaction is too great.
Anna McMillan, CTV News, Victoria.
If you or someone you know is experiencing intimate partner violence, you can call the Victoria Women's Transition House Society. The number for its crisis and information line is 250-385-6611. If you are outside of Greater Victoria, you can call or text Victim Link BC at 1-800-563-0808. Businesses in Nanaimo are frustrated over how prolific offenders are handled in BC. One business says a man who has dozens and dozens of arrests should not be allowed to roam free in the community. CTV's Andy Garland now with renewed calls for involuntary care and a warning some of the images in this story are disturbing.
Fair enough.
Cell phone video shows a person vandalizing the Jabberwocky Coffee House along Nanaimo's waterfront Tuesday afternoon.
He took over those chairs right there and he started tossing them at the windows here, just trying to break the windows.
The coffee house owner says when he asked the person to leave, the man threw a coffee in his face. And then
he just got down and started defecating in his own hands and started smearing it all over these two doors right here.
RCMP came and arrested the man, who is identified as 40-year-old Aidan Tai, someone who's well known in the community as a prolific offender.
Almost 200 criminal convictions.
The Nanaimo Area Public Safety Association says some of those convictions are extremely alarming.
Everything from throwing a brick at a pregnant woman to biting a corrections officer's ear off. Dangerous, dangerous.
Nanaimo's mayor is frustrated and says individuals such as this, who may suffer from severe mental illness, should be placed in an involuntary care facility.
This person is the poster child for secure involuntary care.
The Ministry of Health says there are more than 2,000 mental health care beds in BC, which can provide involuntary care when needed. The criteria for use, it says, if a person is a risk to themselves or others, they can't make decisions about their own care.
As a society have failed to place people who obviously need secure involuntary care, and this is a prime example. The criminal justice system is not going to fix this.
RCMP say Aidan Tai faces several charges, including assault with a weapon, committing an indecent act in public, and exposure of an indecent exhibition, and remains in custody for now. Andy Garland, CTV News, Nanaimo.
A major lane closure is coming to a busy Victoria Bridge next month, and residents are being told to prepare for traffic snarls. Starting February 9th, the eastbound lane on Point Ellis Bridge connecting Vic West and Rock Bay neighborhoods will be closed for maintenance. The bridge foundation is from the early 1900s, while the bridge deck is from 1957. The City of Victoria says work being done is to lengthen the existing life of the bridge.
Doing the work now because the existing expansion joints have failed, and we want to get them fixed as soon as possible. This will keep water where it's supposed to go and ensure that we don't get water into the bridge where it could cause corrosion over time. This work will just lengthen the existing lifespan of the bridge. If we didn't do this work, we'd see it corrode and lose life. So that's why it's so important to get it done now.
The bridge, also known as the Bay Street Bridge, will be closed for up to 4 months, 24 hours a day while work is being done. The city says it will be monitoring traffic signals around the Johnson Street Bridge during construction and will make adjustments to help with extra traffic flow. Well, Vancouver Island has an extensive maritime history, with many of the ships that worked our waters now lying at the bottom of the ocean. Well, this weekend, divers visited one of those wrecks sitting in the inner harbor near Ogden Point to see what's left of the vessel. Here's CTV's Brendan Strain with what they found.
This past Saturday, divers from the Underwater Archaeological Society of British Columbia visited an old acquaintance that they haven't seen since 2013. It lies on the sea floor of Victoria's Inner Harbor, named the MV Queen.
We like to kind of monitor the progress of wrecks.
The tug was built in 1913 at a shipyard in New Westminster.
Spent 50 years towing log booms and barges up and down the coast.
In 1973, it was converted to a liveaboard, residing here at Fisherman's Wharf.
And in 1993, it decided to sink.
Victoria's harbor master at the time worked quickly to get the wreck out of the way, crushing the superstructure with an excavator, then raising the hull and dragging it around the corner of the harbor to Ogden Point, where it now sits.
This was our most recent publication, and it's on the southern Gulf Islands.
The UASBC dives wrecks off the coast of BC in order to monitor their deterioration, as well as take measurements, find the exact GPS coordinates, and to take photos and videos like these.
End result is we pull together a chapter on each vessel, and we publish the results in what we call a regional shipwreck inventory.
Available to the public through the UASBC's website.
What we noticed was a good chunk of the tug itself, including particularly the wooden parts of the boat, had deteriorated quite a bit.
Leila Baptista was part of last weekend's dive and says a lot of wrecks have been looted over the years by divers looking for a keepsake.
Society is actually there for conservation effort to try and promote awareness, but also for folks to know that to look and not touch a lot of their shipwrecks and recognize that they have some kind of heritage and historical significance.
The Society is putting the final touches on a series of dives along southern Vancouver Island's coast between Sydney and Souk.
There's about 100 vessels in that stretch of coastline, of which we are looking at 20.
The MV Queen is one of those wrecks that the Society will dedicate a chapter to in its next report, monitoring many of the maritime vessels that now lie on the sea floor, often lost to time. Brendan Strain, CTV News, Victoria.
We'll dig out the camping poles and sleeping bags. Campsite bookings for national parks will open tomorrow. Reservations open for Fort Rodhill, Gulf Island National Park Reserve, and Pacific Rim National Park, which includes the West Coast Trail. The Canada Strong Pass was reintroduced this year, which means a 25% discount on fees for overnight stays between June 19th and September 7th. The pass also gives free admission for all visitors to all national historic sites, parks and marine conservation areas operated by Parks Canada. Still to come, Mark Carney is in China, hoping to strengthen trade with that country.
I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order.
More on the trade and economic cooperation agreements between the countries to boost exports.
A daytime high of 10 degrees in Victoria earlier today. You can see at the harbor it's 7 degrees right now with fairly light wind. Sunshine and more double-digit days on the way. Those details after the break.
CTV Weather brought to you by Expedia Cruises, customizing dream vacations with unbelievable value. Call or learn more at expediacruises.ca.
What makes West Shore Parks and Recreation a perfect place to play? It's our staff, working behind the scenes to keep the pool safe, kids engaged, and programs thriving. So apply today and join our team.
Well, Josh is here. I'm off tomorrow because I'm taking the kids to Girl Guide camp, and I'm pretty sure I need to send you a thank you card for the forecast.
The weather looks fantastic for that. Nice humble brag, by the way, on your volunteerism. Way to sneak that in there, Nafisa. Temperatures in Victoria right now at 9 degrees and should be in the 11-degree range for daytime highs the next couple of days. 7s and 8s for Port Alberni, Comox, Nanaimo. Light wind right across most of the island and dry. And we haven't had consecutive days without rain since the end of December. We're going to get a good stretch of 3 or 4 straight days here, though, across the island where you get mainly sunny skies and no rain. Here, let's take you through Saturday afternoon. Still looking fairly sunny across most of the island. Tomorrow, partly cloudy in the north. Get to a high of about 8 degrees, and then sunshine for Saturday, 9 on Saturday, 7 Sunday, Monday. I think that dry pattern breaks down somewhere around Tuesday or Wednesday of next week as some showers start to make their way in. But for the next 4 days, it looks sunny and mild right across the island. 8s for the next 3 days, mainly sunny skies for inland areas. Cool in the morning, temperatures around or just slightly below 0. Average daytime high is 4. So a handful of degrees above average for the next 4 or 5 days. 10s and 11s out on the west coast, mainly sunny skies tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Average daytime highs, you can see at the bottom of the screen there, is 8. So we're above average until maybe Wednesday, Thursday of next week as that rain moves in. Temperatures get back a little closer to average. 9 and some sunshine in Comox tomorrow. 10s for the weekend with the chance of some patchy frost there through the morning hours, Saturday and Sunday. A little extra cloud cover into Monday, Tuesday, and a little bit of slippage for temperatures. Still some morning fog patches expected in Nanaimo and possibly around Victoria as well. Those will burn off pretty quickly. Most of the day, sunshine. Double-digit daytime highs for the next 3 days. 11s Friday, Saturday, 10 or 11 again on Sunday. Back a little closer to average by Tuesday of next week. And in Victoria, 4 degrees for the morning low. 11 degrees tomorrow afternoon. It will be a little breezy, though. Lots of sunshine. Wind to be out of the northeast around 30 kilometers per hour tomorrow. Not expecting much for gusts, but maybe occasionally gusts to about 40 kilometers per hour. Here's your weekend. Mainly sunny. 11 and 10 for daytime highs Saturday, Sunday. Still sunny on Monday, and daytime highs still stay a degree or 2 above average into Monday and Tuesday of next week. So a good 4 or 5 day stretch without rainfall in Victoria. Last time we had 4 straight days without rain in Victoria. The 29th, 30th, 31st of December, and January 1st of this month. CTV Weather is brought to you by Expedia Cruises for air, land, and sea vacations. And if he's on average, Victoria gets about 18 days with rain in January. We're 15 days in. We've had 13 days with rain. So we're going to be around a little bit above average, I think, by the end of the month.
All right, well, we'll bring back a box of Girl Guide cookies for you from camp. Okay, Josh?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
See ya. Well, it appears to be a new era in relations between Canada and China. On the first day of Mark Carney's talks with the country, the two nations have signed trade and economic cooperation agreements to boost exports. But there is still no breakthrough in reducing tariffs on canola and seafood products. CTV's Annie Bergeron-Oliver is traveling with the Prime Minister and has details of the cooperation roadmap.
A grand ceremony full of pageantry in China's House of Political Power, marking the restart of a Canada-China relationship that has been largely non-existent for years.
I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order. It's a partnership with new focus and greater depth and a sense of purpose.
Prime Minister Mark Carney receiving a warm welcome from various Chinese leaders Thursday, who said bilateral relations have hit a turning point.
China is prepared to work with Canada to follow through on the important consensus between our leaders and move forward our strategic partnership on a trajectory of healthy, steady, and sustainable development.
Agreements signed today pledge greater dialogue in areas including forestry, tourism, culture, and food safety. On energy, the pact recognizes Canada as an important potential partner in oil and gas.
What we heard loud and clear is China is looking for reliable trading partners that don't use energy for coercion.
So far, there has been no agreement publicly about tariffs, but Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe, who has been outspoken about the need to remove canola tariffs, was invited to sit in on a meeting with Premier Li. Tomorrow, Prime Minister Mark Carney will meet with Xi Jinping. Annie Bergeron-Oliver, CTV News, Beijing, China.
Premier David Eby is in India working on trade relationships outside the U.S. During a video call with media this morning from Mumbai, David Eby says talks are going well and Indian officials are particularly interested in access to BC's mining and energy sectors. Eby also says India was looking strongly at BC gas, especially LNG projects that are close to final investment decisions.
Urgency around energy is huge here. Every company, every politician is convinced that India's growth will continue at 7 or 8% annually. All of their plans use those kinds of numbers of growth.
Eby says there is a big push away from diesel and gas in the country and instead a move towards LNG to reduce carbon intensity and smog in the country. Coming up, Big Bear. Adam finds out how a Victoria woman's unexpected companion is just another example of her moving forward in life with fun. Next on the Sawatsky Sign-Off.
See it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Finally, Adam finds out the story behind a woman walking for blocks while holding a big stuffed bear on the Sawatsky Sign-Off.
Before she began walking with a big bear today, Lisa Weiner was wondering about an unexpected phone call yesterday.
It's a scam. I'm not picking it up. So I didn't. And then today I got the same phone call and I thought, well, geez.
So Lisa answered, and the voice on the other end of the phone told her that she'd won the contest she'd entered last month.
I was so elated. Why not? You know, I don't care if I win a pair of socks. It's exciting.
So Lisa decided to walk over to collect her prize before discovering just how big it was.
First it was, okay, here we go. Do I have the nerve? And then I realized, who wouldn't love to see a stuffed bear? See if they would, Beth.
After walking a whole bunch of blocks with the bear, Lisa's found it inspires all sorts of people to smile.
It's been delightful.
Yeah. Especially since Lisa knows how it feels when you have nothing to smile about. Like when she was living in San Francisco during the 80s and lost so many male friends she had to stop counting.
I lost my reason for breathing, quite frankly.
Until she found that how she responded to tragedy was a choice.
Well, you can either stay stuck and life gets worse, or you carry on, and everybody has that decision at one time or another.
It wasn't easy, but Lisa decided to keep living life to the fullest by choosing to face adversity with fun.
You might as well enjoy your life.
Like when she struggled to figure out who she was after retiring, Lisa decided to pick up an instrument she hadn't played since she was a child and join not one, but 2 bands.
That's me in the orange jacket.
And then, while enduring debilitating cancer treatments, Lisa chose to focus on making her healthcare team laugh.
I'm convinced that laughter is a good medicine.
And now that she knows how happy a big bear can make her and other people feel, Lisa's planning to pay it forward by presenting it to one of the little people in her life.
I'll send it to her, and she'll love it.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Victoria.
The Sawatsky sign-off, brought to you by
CapitalDirect.ca. Let's make your vision a reality with Capital Direct. Call and talk to our team today.
Well, laughter is incredible medicine, especially in this business. That is it for CTV News Vancouver Island. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night.